Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for coming on the show and taking time.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm so glad to be here with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So the first thing I wanted to ask you, typical question I usually start out with is what drew you to want to act? Like when did your passion start for it?
Wow. So first, I didn't realize that I wanted to become an actress at first. So it was because I grew up in Madagascar, actually. I'm a French actress of Chinese descent, but I grew up in Madagascar from the age of 10 to 20.
Okay.
And so there was a French teacher there. And so she had, a new French teacher, and she created like a kind of workshop, but it was, just to have fun and so on. But then I really, really realized that I wanted to become an actress when I came back to France, and I went to a theater festival
Okay.
where I played over a month every single day. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. I want to play every single day in my life. And that's, I don't know if you heard about it. It's Festival d'Avignon. Avignon. It's in the
No.
south of France. It's the most famous theater festival in France.
Oh,
And
really?
everybody goes there every month, every July. It happens every year. And
Oh, wow.
so I went there and I was like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. That's and it's really hard to explain and to put words on it because it's just like a light bulb moment,
Mhm, mhm.
um, like you found your path and you found your mission in life. You just feel it and you just know it. It's a conviction within you.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I'm really happy to see like you found your passion, like your job is basically fun.
Yes, it's having fun and play. Yes, it is. Well, there's of course ups and downs because
Well,
it's
yeah, of
not,
course.
we don't work every day, as actors.
Mhm.
So every day we look for jobs, actually.
And when you start doing like film and television, what was the first thing you ever did?
Oh my God, my first short. So I was the lead actress, and it was a kind of thriller action film. Like I had to learn how to use a katana.
Really?
Um, yeah, but just for a bit. And my boyfriend in the film was actually hired to kill me. So there was like a whole stories, and then I discover I go for revenge. And the mean guy, the villain, was actually played by my real brother.
Oh my God.
I got him hired in the short. So that was my first experience in the movie industry, but that was really, really fun. It was fun.
Oh yeah, that definitely sounds fun. You get to do some action, you get to kick butt. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a fight scene with my brother, but anyway, it was fun.
And I see you also write and direct too. So
Yes.
what made you decide like you wanted to also like write and direct besides acting?
Um, I think that I always wrote without like thinking, oh, I can do it can become my job, or I can do something with that and earn money with that. Because when we're kids or teenagers at school, we always have like homework to do and write a
Yes.
novel or write
Yes.
something. Always like write something like in teams or on your own.
Mhm.
And every time we had to work in teams, I was always like the one who had the light bulb moment and the idea. And so everybody in my class wanted to work with me anyway, when it came to like write something. And but really, when I thought about it like professionally, it was in 2017 that I decided to direct and write my first short,
Mhm.
Red Karma. It's about love, but also redemption. And when I don't know what's the word in English, when people judge you, when the police officers judge you by your look, your facial race
Yes.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And so in France, it always upset me because people of color often get their papers checked, like the
Mhm.
ID and so on, whereas Caucasian never. And that was like upsetting me, and it was way
Oh, yeah.
before George Floyd's story. And so I wrote that short about that, but it's more it's about a love story, but this happens. So yeah, and I was like, okay, so I can direct now. And then I directed a few things, like two music videos of a rapper called Be
That's
There.
awesome.
Yes. And a mini documentary for how do you say that? Un concours. I'm losing my words. A contest, for a contest.
Okay.
Yeah, about a
Wow.
cook, an artist cook. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and since then I kept writing. So still learning new skills in terms of writing. Yeah. I'm currently writing a TV show that I want to shoot in Los Angeles, because Los Angeles is
Okay.
really part of the story. And fingers crossed, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, when when you were writing and directing your first short, the one you were just saying, Red Karma, is it hard what to, because you also star in it, so
Yeah.
is it hard to direct yourself when your role is up?
Um, so the thing is, I also star in it, yes, but I didn't give myself the lead. The
Okay.
lead is a man, as an actor, a male actor, and so to me, for my part, it was simple scenes. The fact is, the film is there's no dialogue in the film. There's a music that is gonna help
Mhm.
tell the story, and there's the male actor's voiceover.
Okay.
Um, inform it's like he's reading a letter. So we hear the letter that he wrote. And so I still had some emotions to play, so I totally trusted my first and second AD,
Okay.
because even if it was my first short, I was lucky to have two ADs. So yeah, I really trusted them, because my two ADs are actually also actresses,
Oh,
with
nice.
whom I've been working with whom I've been working, and I've been knowing them since 2014. And we used to work every week together, like work on scenes or work on monologues. And so we got to know each other very well, so I could totally trust them. And so they were telling me, okay, try this and try this. So they were actually directing me when I was on screen. It was nice.
Nice. And when you played the role of Chang in Korean in Paris, was that like your breakout role? Was that like the role that got you recognized?
Chong in the Korean in Paris was definitely a role that it was really, really important to me in my career. Um, I don't know if I could say that it was the breakout role.
Okay.
Like in terms of internationally, definitely in Asia, in South Korea, yes.
Oh, okay.
And it did because we did the world premiere in Busan Film Festival, which is the biggest film festival in Asia.
Oh, wow.
It's like the Cannes Festival, but in Asia. So
Okay. Yeah.
that's a big thing. And then we were in a competition in Palm Springs. So I was lucky to go to Palm Springs to present the movie. It got really, really good reviews worldwide. And so in terms of like critics and press, yes, that was a big uh, jump for me. But
Mhm.
before the Korean in Paris, I already starred in a few feature films as the lead. Those feature films um, got selected and got screened in several film festivals, like the Pan African Film Festival of Los Angeles, or in Guadeloupe, or in Ivory Coast in Africa. So I got also those movies, and but the big break, yes, would be a Korean in Paris, like internationally, I would say. Yes. It was
Oh,
a role really, I don't know if I'm going ahead of your questions, but
no,
it
no.
was a role that was really intense to play. And that required a lot of like stepping back of like stepping out of myself, because I was playing a prostitute, and
Oh.
but I didn't want to play the cliche of the prostitute. I wanted to bring a lot of give that character a lot of humanity.
Mhm.
And when I built her, built my character, and that's what I think that's why also the reviews were great, because they saw something different than just the cliche of the prostitute.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, and yeah, it was really hard to approach that role, because not to approach it, but to prepare that role, because I have very, very few time ahead of the shoot. And also because I had to work on distance myself from my body, because as I was playing a prostitute, I had to be totally comfortable with nudity, with full
Yeah,
nudity, and a simulated sex scene.
yep.
So yeah, so but everything happened very well. And from the first read of the script, when your stomach is burning and you're like, I want to do that role, and I really wanted to defend that woman because her story really moved me, and so I knew that I had to play her, and whatever. And then when you decide and you get the book the job, you just do the work, and you have to do everything as an actor to make it happen,
Oh,
even if
yeah.
you're exposed and whatever. You do the job.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Oh, wow, okay. And you mentioned like you were the fe female lead in a bunch of films. I think it's six films. And
Yes.
how did it feel to be a lead for those films?
Um, so it's always a very interesting experience.
Hmm.
Yeah, so far I've been the female lead in 6 feature films.
Yes.
I say so far because I plan to do more.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
um, it's it's such a learning experience, actually, because I
Mhm.
think that in that job you keep learning every single day. You keep learning from the director, from the crew, from the other actors. And I think it's great to always, question yourself in what you learned, and and see if you can learn more things, more techniques, or forget all the techniques and just be you, and be free. And yeah, so being the lead was such a great experience. It's that you have all the weight of the movie on your shoulders,
Oh yeah.
but it's exciting. It's exciting more than scary, I would say. To me,
Okay.
it was really exciting. And I really, really, really wanted to, dig deep into my characters and tell that story
Yeah,
more
'cause
than I was more focused on that, on defending the story and defending my character's needs than me as an actress worried about the pressure. So I was more focusing on what does my character needs and and what is the story I want to tell.
oh wow. Yeah, because I was just gonna to say that like being a lead in a film that probably is a lot of pressure because basically like the whole film revolves around your performance and if the movie does well or does bad, like it all surrounds around the lead. So that's like a lot of
It does.
pressure.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. But I think that's why instead of yeah, that's why every actor, anyone who's gonna watch this interview and who wants to become an actress or is already an actor, um, should focus more, I think, on being the character and defending that part. And what do I want? What is my, as a character, what is my objective in life? What is my mission in life? That more than being outside and being the actor, looking at the actor playing, the part, and seeing like the crew and the number of people around. So, but so far, so the feature films were all independent, so we're
Okay.
all indies. Um, so I guess that the pressure is not exactly the same when you are the lead in a blockbuster.
It's true. Yeah.
Um, I hope to have the chance to to star in a big production. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Uh, but I think that the craft is still the same and the
Yeah.
work is still the same. Whatever the amount of money you get, you should still do the work as if, even if you're not paid in a short, you should still do the work as if you were paid,
Mhm.
like in a big production, because this is about what you love doing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wow. And, and like you also have done television shows too. I see you had a recurring role as Ashley in Cypher, and so like what's the difference between like being in a movie, starring in a film, and doing a television series?
So it's very different. So the for Cypher, we haven't got renewed, unfortunately, but that was a great experience. It
Hmm.
was I was playing an FBI agent, which was my first time as an FBI agent, and I really loved it.
Okay.
And fun fact is that this morning here, because now it's night here,
Oh,
this morning I self-taped for an FBI agent, so for a feature film, for the lead of a feature film. So,
okay, okay.
so hopefully the FBI agent role will be perfect for me. It is perfect for me, but
Should
hopefully they like what I did with it. Um, so the difference is the way we shoot is different, definitely different.
Mhm.
The way we shoot a TV show is, to me, different than an indie feature film. Um, but it is also like a very, I think you can say, enriching experience.
Okay,
Can you
all
say
right.
that? Enriching
Yeah,
experience. All the experiences are actually enriching. Um, um, what can I do? Well, it was like night shoots as well because we had the location only at night. So it was
Oh,
long nights, very, very long nights for
oh,
Cypher.
wow.
Um, the but the production level was so Cypher was in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Um, and it was the production like you see that you're not in the same production in the same budget than an indie feature film. So you, as soon as you get on set, you see the difference, first of all.
Yeah, yeah.
Because indie feature films, the location will be a house or an apartment or Tahiti, because I got lucky to shoot a feature film there in
Okay.
Wahine, which is a small island in among all the Tahiti's islands.
Wow.
So the set was just amazing. Um, but for the TV show for Cypher, it was, and it's also because it was my first time in a police thriller genre.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so that was really exciting. And the rhythm also, the rhythm you shoot it is way faster. And so we really had to go like to shoot as many minutes of the show per night. So yeah, the rhythm is definitely different.
Oh,
Even if in a feature film, in an indie feature, you also need to shoot quite fast. But
yeah.
the indies are more like, especially dramas, there's more time, there's more contemplation. Yeah, there's more time. Like the scenes can last 5 minutes on one shot without the camera moving, whereas you can't do that on a TV show, action TV show, police TV
Yeah.
show. Like everything has to be fast, like,
Oh,
and
okay.
also
Okay.
you can see it with the cut, with the editing. Everything has to be fast because the genre requires it. So we
Wow.
were filming quite fast, and it was also nice because I got lucky to film, to shoot, to play with Brian Krause, um,
Yes. Yes.
which
Charmed.
yeah, from Charmed, which
Yeah, yeah.
I grew up watching Charmed.
I
Um,
love Charmed.
yeah, the original. I
Well,
grew up
yeah,
with the
yeah,
original,
yeah.
and so I was like, yeah, that was fun. Um, yeah, that was really fun, and he's really, really, really nice.
Oh,
Very
wow.
nice. Yeah, lovely guy.
Awesome. Yeah, that was, oh my God, I used to love that show.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great show. So to me, like being in that show was amazing. And actually, to be honest with you, initially my part was not for me. Like I arrived there as an extra for 5 nights. But
Really?
on the second day, the director asked me if I could say that line, and then he gave me a name of the character, and he said like, okay, let's do it.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah, so I was pretty happy
Well, yeah.
and honored that he picked me to do it. So yeah, excited. So it happens because sometimes people say, "Oh, I'm." Every actor had at some point in their career to do extra jobs
Yeah, of
um,
course.
on set, and everybody's like complaining. I understand because it's long. You just wait and you do nothing, and at some point you're bored of your book, and you just wait. But sometimes magic happens, and I always hear like, oh, this guy, he was an extra, and then he got picked to say one line and then another line. And I also know somebody here in France who got that. It happened to him for they did a spin-off of The Walking Dead here in France.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so he was initially an extra on that spin-off. And he got a part.
Oh my God.
So it happens. It happens. It really happens. So we have
Oh,
to keep faith in our art.
yeah.
And even if we don't get picked for a part when we are an extra, we can meet nice people also on set.
Yeah, that's true because there's a lot of people that come to that to be a extra, whether it's a film or a series, and so yeah, you get to meet like all different people wanting to act, and of course the food, the catering is always good.
It is. Yeah, it is. We won't say no to a good catering, right?
Right? Yeah, exactly. And when you're going on set and getting ready to play a role, how do you get into a headspace to play the a certain role, like whatever role that you're going for?
Well, we always get the script ahead of time, of course, to prepare
Yeah.
a role. So most of my acting education is from the method, um,
Okay.
the actor studio. So we have a bunch of things that we do, weird things that we do, but we also ask ourselves questions about the character, the backstory, and so on. And we also look for the physicality of the character, how the character is going to move, speak, drink, what does the character drinks, and so on. So it's like really creating the life, the daily life of the character, and knowing why the character became like that today.
Okay.
Uh, because I always say that nobody is born mean. Like you don't come out of the womb of your mother, or come out of your mother's belly and say, no, we are not, nobody, nobody on earth. So, and that's why I love the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah.
because it really explains why he became mean. He's not
Hmm.
mean,
It
like
does,
he
yeah.
wasn't born mean. And
Exactly.
everybody who's actually mean is a person who suffers and who's in lack of love.
Hmm.
And that's why we should give them love. And instead of like, oh, he's a jerk or whatever, they're in suffering. They suffer actually, but they don't know how to express their suffering, so they're just mean to everybody because they suffer inside. But the Joker, for example, is a great example of how we are supposed to work and prepare a character. Because, for example, if you play a serial killer
Yeah.
and you've never killed anyone, so you cannot use like the method, like go take some cocaine or do like kill some people to see how it feels, right? Oh,
Well,
thank
yeah,
God.
of course.
Thank God. Otherwise, all the actors would be in prison. Uh, um, so, um, so of course, we find substitutions. For example, we won't like go that far to take cocaine
Yeah.
to see how it feels, But we can use some substitutions for that. But for example, understanding why your character became a serial killer
Hmm.
is so passionating. It's so interesting because then you create your whole story. Because, for example, if a serial killer kills a certain type of women,
Yeah.
are do these women look like his mother, for example?
Oh.
So if they do, he had a problem with his mother in the past. But we can create that if it's not written in the script. So it's creating the whole life of their character to understand why he became like that.
Oh.
So it's so passionating. And so before being on set, so I have the whole preparation before, as soon as I get the script,
Mhm.
all the backstory and everything I told you about looking for the body of the character, what do I wear, and so on.
Yeah.
And then um, when I get ready to go on set, it's just focusing, going back to what I need, my needs as a character,
Mhm.
and knowing to whom I'm gonna talk, because we should never forget that we are not talking. It's not an actor talking to an actor. It's a human talking to somebody who has a special relationship with that other human.
Right.
Um, and what's the relationship? What do I need from them? Is so go is the most important thing. So and when I focus on that, I can get into the character. There's also like a warm up. I do a physical warm up
Oh,
that
really?
helps me get rid of, my tensions, or
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What
So yeah, that's
what do you do to get rid of your like tension and stress and
well, there's different kinds of warm ups. You can do a vocal warm up or a physical warm up, like doing some physical exercises. I can't tell you all my secret sauce, but especially because my coaches told me not to tell them, so I
got
can't.
you, got you.
Uh, but I got lucky to be surrounded by great teams and great coaches, and I really love what they taught me, because I still use it all the time, and even sometimes in my daily life. So yeah, and then I'm ready for set.
Nice, nice.
Sorry, it might have been a very long answer, but
No,
I
no,
covered
it
a
was
lot of stuff.
very fascinating to learn like how how one goes into a set. And because I mean when you're walking on a set, it's all different kind of roles that you're going for, whether it's action, comedy, horror. So it's very interesting to know how you get into like the headspace of your character.
Oh, music also helps me.
Oh,
Music.
okay.
I love to create a playlist for my character.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because then you can, because when you get on set, um so you're gonna do the makeup, the hair, the wardrobe, blah blah blah, and then the microphone. And sometimes when you are still on set, you are already on set, and you are super focused because it's a very dramatic scene and you have to
Yeah.
cry or shout or whatever. And they're like, oh, let me comb this hair, oh, this hair, or here, oh, let me put the microphone back. So you have to be to stay super super focused.
Mhm.
That might be maybe the hardest part, like to stay super focused,
Okay.
especially when everybody talks to you at the same time sometimes. And like, yeah, like the sound engineer is putting the microphone on you or placing it somewhere because it doesn't work. Um, and you still have to, you also have to stay still so the DP can make the focus on your eye, and then you have to go back to your concentration, to your concentration, and then the director tells you something, but you still have to stay to hear it, but stay in your concentration. So it requires a lot of concentration. There's no other
Yeah,
word.
it definitely sounds like
You
it.
still have to, to be super focused, but that's why you need really strong tools and a
Mhm.
really strong preparation. Because if you don't have a strong preparation, then you get lost in all that on set. And music really helps me focus and stay in my bubble. Even if I hear, I put it low or just put one earbuds, and I put it low so I can still hear what the outside world is telling me,
Yeah,
but still
exactly.
go back to my concentration whenever I need. So playlist, yeah, music is great. I love using music.
Okay, okay. So when you're not on set, like what music do you like listening to? Like what's on your playlist for home?
Oh, my playlist for home. I love listening to many types of musics, actually, versatile. But when I study a script or work on an audition, I love lofi music,
Okay.
Lofi, because it's very study focused.
Oh, okay, okay,
Are
okay.
great. I strongly recommend that YouTube channel to anyone who wants to study something. Otherwise, if it depends on the mood of what I want to listen to, and on on also what the time in my life, because I had some moments I was listening for Bruno Mars, only everything Bruno Mars. And I was dancing around in my house. Um, but otherwise, well, it depends on what on my mood of the moment. And if I Bruno Mars is like more like, okay, I want to party.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely,
Even
definitely.
during the lockdowns, Bruno Mars really helped me a lot. Stay, light, and
Yeah, yeah.
in a good mood and happy. And um otherwise, I love jazz. I also love R&B. Um, yeah, jazz, R&B. Oh, music of the world. Like, music from other different countries, like
Yeah.
Um, Indian music or meditation music. Also, I meditate. It's so important also to meditate, as I think, as an actor or as an artist, because it clears your mind. And
Oh,
it's even if you have thoughts, meditation is not like having no thoughts anymore. We always have thoughts, but it's like not paying attention to those thoughts. And because it really helps you, like meditating in the morning really helps you to start your day well. And
oh,
whatever
okay.
happens, it's going to happen. There's always solutions, right?
Well, yeah, yeah, exactly.
So it really helped me and helps me to go through my day with a good mood, and whatever happens, happens. But I'll find a way to get out of that situation.
And and that all comes from met
Meditation, yes.
meditation and wow, okay. I have to try because
Me,
I I tried to do that once and I couldn't do it. Like I tried to like clear my head and I'm sitting there and thoughts are coming in my head and so it was like
you'll always have thoughts. Meditation is not about, at first, it's not definitely not about having no thoughts. It's impossible,
mm,
especially when you start. But there's some musics or guided meditations that help. I also
oh
like, in terms of music, I love to listen to Mei Lan. It's spelled MEI space LAN.
oh
And
okay I never heard it.
she does more like spiritual singing with chanting bowls,
Oh
and it's
okay yeah.
really relaxing, really relaxing. And
Mm.
even if you don't sit like to meditate, it's just you listen to it and you just, okay, life is good.
All right, I'm definitely gonna look look her up and listen to
Yeah.
some stuff like when I'm ready to go to bed, like lay down in bed and like play
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes. It's great. It's really great. And she has such a beautiful voice, like an angel.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Thank you for that.
my pleasure. So that's why I told you it's very different. The type of
Mhm.
music I listen, it goes from Bruno Mars to meditation and spiritual songs from the
Yeah,
angels. So
exactly.
it's very different.
And and what do you like when you're not acting or writing or directing? Like, what do you like doing during your free time?
Yoga.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I love yoga. Um, I love walking as well.
Mhm.
That's why when I used to live in Los Angeles, I was missing walking so much because people don't walk in LA. Yeah, you just have to drive or take the Uber, but people don't walk.
Yeah.
And here in Paris, so I'm back here since 2020, since the
Oh, okay.
pandemic. People walk. You have to walk here all the time, every day. Even if you take the metro, you walk. And yeah, I love walking. Or so yoga, walking, going to a park and just sit and take the time to breathe, which I
Hmm.
don't do enough, honestly, to be honest. Um, yeah, and yeah, I love well, my I would say that most of my life is focused on around like my industry, but
Okay.
I love to network, go watch movies from friends
Mhm.
and friends, meet new people. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, learning new skills and
Okay.
learning new skills or going deeper in, like I said, screenwriting. Um, I'm just thinking about when I have free time, and I'm just like, when do you have free time? And what do you do when you have free time? And I'm like, okay, when was the last time you had a free time? Uh, but yeah, my me time is going to practice yoga, walking, um, and sitting in a park. Yeah, that's the off time, I would say.
Okay. Okay. And I always ask guests this when I have them on. I'm a big horror movie fan. Are there any horror films that you like to watch?
Well, since I'm a grown up, I don't really watch horror films.
Okay.
But my brother raised me with horror films.
Oh.
So I've seen a bunch of horror films, but when from the time I was still a teenager and a
Mhm.
child, I'm not sure I was supposed to watch all those movies at that time, but anyhow. Um, so The Exorcist was the
Yeah.
scariest movie in my entire life. I
Yeah.
hate
That's cool.
zombies. I hate zombies. Literally, when I go out of my apartment, I always check, with the Judah, with the I don't know how you say that, call that in American, the
Yeah.
spy.
The peephole, like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always check if there's a zombie in front of my door or not. Well, not not pretending that my neighbor might turn into zombies, but we never know. Uh,
Never know exactly.
yeah, or not necessarily a zombie, but I always check. Um, mm, and so yeah, but I'm sure that the day I would have to play in a horror film, because I auditioned recently for a horror short.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it happened. I got great feedback. Well, they went for someone else, but the director personally sent me a feedback, which was great. So the thing is, if I'm gonna just be right into like so deep into it and believe like everything because that's why I don't watch horror films anymore because I believe it so hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm right into the movie. Like I'm become a character of the movie. That's why I can't watch them anymore because otherwise I'm just like ah. But the day if I play in a zombie movie and I'm not playing a zombie, the zombies actors better run because I'm just gonna believe in it. I'm just gonna smash everyone. Like the head, you have to kill to hit the head. Get rid of the head, cut the head or whatever. So yeah.
And, is
But
there
I'm sorry, but I
no,
loved
no,
Shaun of the Dead
Shaun of it, that was good. It was
because that
funny.
was really funny.
It was. It was
This
funny.
type
I
of
like that
horror
movie.
film, I like it because it's still funny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely.
movies like I Am a Legend with
Yes.
Will Smith, oh my God. I would be so fucking scared. Excuse me for cursing, but yes, like the zombies, I would definitely like. I don't know how I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna run for sure for my life.
So expecting to see you in a horror movie now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be totally believing it for sure. Yeah.
And is there anything coming up for you that you want to plug? Like anything you're working on, anything you're gonna be in?
Um, well, the TV show, I'm excited for the TV show. It might still take a bit of time for us, to find a production company and finances and so on. But that's something that is really deep to my heart, close to my heart, and that I am excited. It's a rom-com. So yes, I prefer to write, rom-com than horror and zombie movies.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so yeah, but it's a rom-com, but there's still drama, with realities, with the truth, of the daily
Mhm,
life, because daily
mhm.
life is not always easy.
Oh, sure.
So there's real topics, like real drama topics, serious topics, but treated in a lighter way than if it was a real drama.
Okay.
I'm really excited for that. Yeah, and I'm also excited for my audition from this morning. So fingers crossed, we'll see
Definitely.
as the FBI agent.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I actually submitted myself for House, which
Oh,
is a
that's
horror
a horror
production.
company. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. They haven't opened my email yet, but I'm sure they will. And I'm willing to play in a horror film for House. No worries. I can do it. I'm just gonna be fucking scared, but that's fine.
And and the last thing I will ask you is where can fans follow you at?
Oh, thank you for asking that. So I'm on Instagram, Kwan Lock, MIKWANLOCK, all attached. Same on Facebook or on Twitter. I don't tweet. Oh, not Twitter anymore. X.
Yeah.
I don't post a lot on X, but Instagram is actually the platform where I post the most.
Mhm.
And on my Instagram, there's a link with my link tree. So there's different places to go and watch what I do in terms of acting or directing or yoga and so on. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this. Thanks for taking time out and talking to me. It was really nice meeting you. Thank you.
my pleasure. Likewise. Thank you.
Definitely. Well, you said it's nighttime where you're at, so definitely
Yes.
have a a great rest of the night.
Thank you. Thank you so much and have a nice afternoon. You're
Thank
in
you.
New York area, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Easter time. Yeah. So have a great afternoon and a great
Thank you.
evening. And it was Such a pleasure.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, definitely stay in touch. I would love to have you back on again.
Thank you. With pleasure.
Thank you.